What's the word, ladies and gentlemen? This is Andrew, and happy Monday. Ugh, I hate Mondays. It's getting a little colder now on the East Coast. Hurricane just came through, so it was frickin' freezing over the weekend. But yeah, back in the seat and still cold, and nothing has changed. So yeah, that's right. So today, I guess it is Monday, so we will be doing a story this particular video. I'm trying to think of what story I want to tell you. I guess I should tell you about a story of when the cops were at my door. This happened, I want to say it was over the summer. But yeah, so the cops come to my door, but first fast forward, or actually rewind back maybe 3-4 hours. I'm sitting in my office, my home office, just kind of doing my thing, doing my work. And all of a sudden I hear this car moving by with these like big loud slamming sounds. It sounded like metal slamming on metal or something. I couldn't really describe it. But no one seemed to make any noise or anything, so I didn't really think much of it. I looked out my window, no one was really running. Well, actually no one was really outside anyways. And yeah, it was like, well, that's a really loud sound. Don't know what that was, but I'm just gonna go back to work because it ended pretty quickly. It was like maybe 3 of those bursts. But yeah, I sat down, and 3 hours later, I hear a knock on my door. I was like, well, not really expecting any deliveries. Didn't really order anything off Amazon. Opened the door, and these two dudes, these two cops, detectives, were standing outside my door. It was just like in the movies, like, you know, they got the overcoat on, they had their, you know, badge on their belt, and the first one closest to me was like, hey, my name is Detective so-and-so, this is my partner, Detective so-and-so. And I was like, okay. Oh, man. So I was like, at this point, I was like, oh, shit, what happened now? What did I do? Oh no, I'm too young to go to jail. Oh, I won't do well in jail. No. So all this is going in my head, and I'm like, cool, great. And there's like, we're just gonna ask you a few questions. They even had like the New York accent and everything. It was just like in the movies. At least I felt like I was in a movie or something. But yeah, I was like, okay. And at this point, I was feeling a little weird about it. You know, I was wondering, do I plead the fifth? Do I remain silent? Do I say I know my rights? You know, I don't know. I've never really had to deal with the police that often, if at all. So the first question they asked me was, okay, where does your apartment face? And I said, oh, it just faces this street. And they said, well, did you hear any sort of weird sounds today at all? And at this point, guys, it was around like 6 p.m. and my whole day had passed. You know, I didn't think much of the sound, so I kind of just put it in the back of my head. And I said, no, I don't think I heard anything. And they asked, well, are you sure? Are you sure you didn't hear anything? Because there was a shooting that happened this afternoon, or alleged shooting. And at this point, he was like, yeah, so sir, if you have any sort of information, let us know. I was like, yeah, I did actually hear a really loud banging sound. And he looked at his partner. He was like, oh, this guy just heard his first gunshot. I was like, psh, I've heard plenty of gunshots in my day on Battlefield 4 and Protocol. Just kidding, guys. I didn't actually think that. Maybe I did. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what? There were gunshots? Those were gunshots? That sounded way too loud to be gunshots. I mean, they were like really loud, like construction sound loud. And they were like, yeah. How many shots was it? And I was like, I don't know, like 3, 4. I can't even remember. At this point, they were looking at each other. And it was totally psyching me out, guys. Like, they were totally psyching me out. I was like, oh shit, are they gonna bring me in? I don't want to be questioned. Oh my god, what if they question me and I say something and then like whoever was doing the shooting comes and kills me because they're part of some kind of gang? Fuck. Yeah, then to make things worse, they were like, sir, can we have your name and phone number, please? And I was like, why? Why would you want my name and phone number? And the first detective was sort of saying something along the lines of, well, we just want to take down your name so, you know, we don't come back here and bother you again. We just want to notate that we had come by to ask you a few questions. I feel very weird about giving my name and phone number, but I was like, you know what, it's Andrew, and the phone number is XYZ. They're like, Andrew, what's your last name? I'm like, oh, great. At this point, I'm like, oh, I can't lie, right? Because they have my address. And they can obviously figure out that I'm lying. So I'm like, well, at this point, it's like, whatever. My name is Andrew, last name. And And they were like, great, well, thank you so much for helping. If you hear anything else, here's my card. He gave me his little police card or whatever. So they close the door, I'm freaking out, I call the girlfriend, like, look, this is what happened. And she's like, why'd you give them your name? I'm like, I don't know if they wanted it. But yeah, I mean, needless to say, nothing really happened. They didn't really call me back or anything, thank God. So fast forward 2 weeks, it was a weekend, and really nice day out. The girlfriend and I were walking, and we're walking back home, and our apartment kind of goes up from a ramp, and so we're kind of running up this ramp around this corner of this building, and you know, those noises came again with the car revving by, and I was like, oh god, random drive-by shooting, what the fuck, I'm gonna die. My brain totally kicks into fight or flight mode, and this time it chose flight. I ran, like, I kind of like ducked my head and kind of scurried really quickly. I was like, oh shit, this is it, this is the end, this is what the detectives are talking about, this is another shooting. And there was, okay, so across from my apartment there's this other building, and there's this like old black lady who just loves sitting out there, just hangs out all day. I bet you now she's out there right now, just kind of hanging out there. She's like rough on the edges, man. She's like, she gets in fights with people. She like slapped some dude's head. The last time I saw her, she was just crazy. She's just crazy. Anyways, she yells out, "It's just fireworks!" And at this point, I feel like a complete noob, like an idiot. Cause like, sure, a few other people screamed and ducked too, but I just felt like a complete scrub. I was like, oh man, cause like, I don't know, like it was the exact same sound. The police officers, the detectives came by my apartment 2 weeks ago to tell me that these sounds were gunshots. So I thought, okay, I don't know what kind of guns these are. They sound extremely loud, but you know, whatever, they're gunshots. So I don't know who told the detectives that they were gunshots, because I mean, even when I first heard them in my office those 2 weeks ago, you know, I didn't think much of it. I didn't think they were gunshots, but whatever. Totally freaked me out that day. I was like, oh god, my life is gonna end. Yeah, it was an interesting experience, to say the least. But yeah, we never heard back from the detectives again. I didn't see any news reports, so I think it was just a false claim or whatever. In the end, I don't think anyone died. If anyone did, I certainly didn't hear about it. I didn't see any police cars outside my door the next day. Though I did see an ambulance. So that's for another story, another day. But yeah, that's just my story for this Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I think that's it for this episode. So until next time, I will see you around.